Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 6th of March 2023. So Friday again, we saw the market continuing to move to the upside, and as the news headlines indicate, big squeeze breaks stocks, losing streak as bond curve screams recession. So yeah, move it up despite what's going on. The Fed has not been this far behind the curve for a year or so. So yeah, major problems coming in the economy with the recession. US services PMI signals inflation re-accelerating in Feb, return to expansion. The rate of inflation for goods and services re-accelerated in February to its highest since last October. And again, no surprise, this has been going on for the last month. All economic news pointing to further inflation. The market goes up. And finally, stocks and bonds ramp into the weekend as shorts cover. Nobody wants to be short over the weekend. You don't see the market go down much on a Friday, and that is the case this last Friday. Economic news for this week, absolutely nothing today, so the market's free to take out Friday's highs and continue to move to the upside. But first, I suspect we're going to see a bit of profit taking from those that want to get out of some positions, take some profits. Fed Powell is out testifying on Tuesday. He's also out on Wednesday as well in front of the committee. Lagarde's out on Wednesday. ADP non-farm. If that's out, that means that Friday we've got non-farm payrolls. 206 from 517 when inflation's going up. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one when they release that. Either that or they've already got a heads ups. That's half of less than half of what the previous month was. So that will be interesting. If that comes out at 206 or below, then you will see a massive move to the upside in the stock markets, because then this news that we've seen with regards to the ISM and all of the other inflationary indicators will be completely discounted. So yeah, we'll have to wait until Friday for that, and it's only Monday morning, but nothing today. That's the most important thing, so the market's free to move to the upside again. But probably first some sort of a move to the downside, get rid of a few longs. Gold-silver ratio, while I'm here, is also moving sideways, not doing a lot, sticking in that 87 range there. So let's move on, have a look at the markets. We'll kick off by having a look at the Dow. So in the daily Dow, you can see the market moving up to the 50 EMA on Friday, taking out the 38%, but stopping around the 50 in the fibs, and the market sideways to lower overnight there. So let's just expand that out a bit so you can see it. The 20 bar moving average is at the 50 as well. In the 30 minutes, you can see the move there straight up. Let's just have a look at some detail here, have a quick look at some numbers. And the move on Friday from the low to the high was 415 points for the Dow there. So good move overnight. So the market already through the high, but back below it at the moment, but finding support at the 20 bar moving average. No doubt another move past the high is coming. And if we have a look at the daily charts, we've got that 50 and 62 there to move up to, should the market continue to make gains as it has done during the last 3 days. In the German DAX, we're at the recent highs of 15,634, 15,655. The market touching the 634, but not the 655 yet. Down a bit overnight, no surprise there. Let's just have a look at the 30-minute chart. Again, let's also have a look at how much we moved on Friday. Up to the Dow close there, including the overnight 289 points. So yeah, again, nearly 300 points for the DAX there on Friday. And also overnight, the market was sideways. We've moved up to the high. We've created a new high. So the high to be taken out in this market is going to be just below the BRN 43. This blue line is 50, so we're going to take out the 50 area to continue to move to the upside. Let's have a look at the monthly chart, and you'll see that we're heading towards 89.15 803. We've been moving up since October. In fact, let's just have a look and see how many points we've moved up now from the longer range here. We're up just under 4,000 points now without a pullback in the monthly chart. No sign of a pullback either. We're miles away from the 5-bar moving average, which is what I use to measure momentum in the market, and it continues to be way above this. 16,297 all-time high on the cards. It's got to be hit before the market has a correction, I would suspect. And let's have a look at the implied volatility whilst we're here as well. Friday, this moved down to the 1542 level there. And like I say, the 12-month is down at these sort of 14 areas. The longer term, these are down around the 10% area. It used to be prior to the COVID nonsense. The market used to trade down to around 10% on the implied volatility before it then to indicate a potential correction. In fact, let me just do that for you. Just one second. So in this long-term chart, you can see here that we're down at that sort of 10% level. So we'll get down to these areas. That's when we saw the corrections. But then when COVID came along, we've got this new established area of 14 that you can see over here. But prior to that, we were always down in these lows, and they were great corrections when they turned up, as well, as you can see from these sort of moves here. And 2008 as well, coming off the lows back in 2006 there. So yeah, and all the way through here as well. All these are corrections in the markets where you've seen the market go down and the implied move up. So at the moment, we're down at that sort of 16% area. We want to get down to, like I say, that 14 would be, the 14 area would be a great area to get down to. And down on Friday, say 1542 there. In the S&P, this also moving to the upside, drawing a few fibs on the upside. You can see we're at 50% at the 20-bar moving average. Needs to drive through this to get to the 119 and 4147, back above the 4,000 comfortably, and the market starting to see the momentum moving up as well in the stochastics. There's your move for Friday in the S&P, continuing to move there. Onto the UK FTSE, not as big a move on this one, but I'm sure it'll play catch up today. These are your upside targets back to the all-time high of 8,045. It's a matter of whether it will do it or not. It's just a matter of time and whether it can be dragged up with the Dow once again. I mean, we saw that really good move there, but it's consolidated since then. But it looks set to move to the upside again. Like I say, the insanity continues. You would think there was nothing wrong in the world looking at these price charts, but then there's no surprise, is there? Friday, we saw the market move down, bit of a shakeout, and then sideways to higher. And overnight, it needs to get back above the DP to attack the high. In fact, where it's been showing a lot of strength compared to the US, it's actually shows quite a bit of weakness there. The Dow's gone through Friday's high, as has the German DAX and the S&P. So a bit of weakness there in the FTSE 100. And in the currencies, just sideways for the GBP, JPY. It's a certain range bound there. Absolutely nothing on Friday. A bit more of an activity overnight, trading down to the low of Friday on the Asian markets, but not really running away at the moment. The pound back up as the dollar moved lower on Friday, sitting above the 5-bar moving average, and momentum still pointing to the upside there. 30-minute chart choppy, then the ISM, then completely ignored, market moving back to the upside there, and back to Friday's high on the overnight. US dollar, you can see there, down on Friday, down overnight as well. Quick look at the 30-minute charts for this market, and there you can see the market's reaction to the ISM on Friday, first up and then down overnight as well, finding a bit of support there at the moment, bit of buying coming into the market. And finally, silver being allowed to move up on Friday, which is a big surprise, but not first without shaking out a few longs down to the DP and then buying in there and then moving the market up. We had a bit of a move up towards the high on the overnight, but already pulling back. So watch the DP and the 50 EMA. Spot gold also up on Friday, as well as the dollar move lower. You can see again ISM news, market up, and then shakeout, and then back up, and then overnight as well, touching that high at 1856. And there we go. So no news today. Market's going to make its own direction. We know what direction that generally is, but first I'll probably shake out a few longs first before doing what they usually do, and that's move the market back up. Nobody will want to selling into this unless there is a black swan event, and they don't seem to be coming along anymore. And when they do, they soon disappear. So all-time highs on the cards for the German DAX for me, as they keep pushing these markets back to the upside. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong in Europe at all, is there? But anyway, enough of my cynicism. Let's call it quits. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.